Meow? Ah, come on.
Sonic X. Where do I even begin? After not getting enough of the Sonic movie, I looked into the Blue Blur's backlog. I was like, you know, that Sonic anime looks pretty awesome. I'll check it out. 76 episodes later, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've covered numerous Sonic media before, but this is the first time I've watched a Sonic show in its entirety. Sonic X is a 2003 Johnny Test prequel about Sonic and friends crashing into the human world. After battling Eggman, the animal gang accidentally teleports to Earth. Sonic befriends Chris Thorndike and they search for Chaos Emeralds. Well, sometimes. It was dubbed by 4Kids and lasted for 3 seasons. Season 1 is a fish out of water story. Season 2 follows the Sonic Adventure games, and Season 3 is a space opera. What drew me in were the art style and its connection to the games. Unlike the other Blue Blur shows, which did their own thing, Sonic X takes direct inspiration from the games. In this case, it adapts elements for the Sonic Adventure era. Sonic X is best classified as so bad it's good. Seasons 1 and 2 are ironic, goofy fun that are objectively not good, like at all. Meanwhile, Season 3 is a pretty decent space romp. I've heard people say the Japanese version is the way to go, but for this video, I'm sticking with the English dub. There will be spoilers, but it's 17 years old, so don't sweat it. Let's spin dash straight into this. The series begins with Sonic raiding Eggman's palace. Eggman traps Cream the Rabbit inside a tube while harnessing the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic accidentally unleashes Chaos Control, and energy engulfs the planet. Eggman, the animals, and the Chaos Emeralds teleport to Earth. Sonic stumbles upon rich kid Chris Thorndike. Chris and his servants keep the animals incognito while searching for the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic's gang fights Eggman for a few episodes. The animals then become accepted in society. They vacation to haunted movie sets, Africa, and under the sea. Chris eventually stops Eggman's super weapon. Sonic grabs the emeralds, goes super, and defeats Egg Guy. As a side effect, Angel Island and wildlife from Sonic's homeworld end up on Earth. Season 1 is a meandering mess. It has like 5 or 6 story-focused episodes, and the rest are just ideas they threw at a dartboard. The charm comes from the campy dubbing and insane original plots.
This is dangerous! It's irresponsible! What happens if kids start trying this?
Kids, don't use Formula 1 race cars to chase hedgehogs.
The high point was definitely the Saturday morning cartoon plots. Most of the episodes follow a set formula of Chris and the gang hanging out. Eggman or an enemy messes it up, and Sonic fixes it. But I'd be lying if I didn't say some episodes were utterly unpredictable and utterly amusing. In the cruise ship episode, Sonic gets irritated from being off land for so long.
No! Wait! Come back!
He gets depressed, tries escaping, and eventually lands on that iceberg from Titanic. Or in the baseball episode, Tails stumbles upon a stadium. Eggman challenges Sonic Team to a baseball game for a Chaos Emerald. They all cheat and Eggman takes the emerald anyway. Or that one time, the government pulls a publicity campaign with Sonic. Sam Speed challenges Sonic to a public race. Sonic doesn't budge, so the government tricks Eggman into attacking Sonic, and he does the race. It's pure art. My favorite episode is episode 14. That's what friends are for. Sonic hangs out with Chris's wheelchair friend Helen. Her father promised she'd go to an island, but he never had time. Sonic takes her there. Meanwhile, the president's aide is like, "We gotta get Sonic in our press conference. He'll definitely boost your polls." They invite him, but he doesn't pick up. So naturally, the military hunts him down. Sonic and Helen run away, visit a flower bed, and hijack a chopper back to the conference, where the reporters are already asleep. I'm not making this up. This episode is stupidly entertaining, but also really sweet. Sonic drives Helen over many mountains, and they find the flower she's always wanted. Their brief friendship is kind of heartwarming. When Sonic drops Helen home, she recollects how exhilarating the trip was. It not only exhibits her innocent demeanor, but also Sonic's kinder side. She's my favorite recurring side character. She's definitely more endearing than Chris, Thorndike's friends. Chris's inner circle of friends do practically nothing. Actually, most of the human characters are pretty forgettable. Tails, Cream, Amy, and Knuckles often get sidelined, and that's no good. Why do I rag on human characters? It's because most of them are either complete caricatures, surface level comic relief, or both. And frankly, they lack the appeal of the animal cast. Except for Eggman, he's excellent. It's not just a Sonic X issue, it's been a recurring issue since this franchise's inception. On the contrary, I'm fine with humans in this franchise, if it's done well. And to be honest, there were some bright spots. Chris's servants, Ella and Mr. Tanaka, are just a joy every time they're present. There was that cute friendship between Rouge and Topaz, but that's pretty much it. Overall, Season 1 is a guilty pleasure. So, is Season 2 any improvement? Let's find out. Season 2 begins with Sonic Adventure 1. Eggman unleashes the water monster Chaos. Sonic goes super and saves the city, which has 0 casualties.
Much of the city is now in ruins. The only good news is that nobody has been seriously hurt.
They rush through this arc. In that game, there were 6 parallel stories. I appreciate them streamlining the plot, but it's at the cost of organic pacing. For example, Gamma's arc from robot slave to good-hearted fighter is skimmed over. In SA1, his arc was emotional and had a really satisfying payoff. This arc is only 6 episodes long, and Gamma's sacrifice has no weight to it. Speaking of pacing, the stakes escalate way too fast. Chaos gets 2 emeralds in his first appearance. They don't even wait to build up his presence. Oh, and Chris hangs out with Big the cat and finds a pet frog.
Who are you?
My name's Big, 'cause I'm big, and this little fella's Froggy, 'cause he's a frog.
And the rest of it is just Sonic Adventure 1. While the final battle was great, this arc leaves a lot to be desired. It skims the story so fast, you're left with nothing but table scraps. We launch straight into Sonic Adventure 2. Eggman frees Hot Topic mascot Shadow. Shadow steals a Chaos Emerald, and the military goes after Sonic. For some reason, everyone mistakes Sonic for Shadow, even though they have completely different colors and fur. It was dumb in Sonic Adventure 2, and it's just as dumb here. Eggman pisses on the moon.
I've come to make an announcement. I'm pissing on the moon! How do you like that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot!
Sonic and gang head to the colony and confront him. A giant space lizard appears. Sonic and Shadow turn yellow and save the day, but Shadow doesn't survive. The Sonic Adventure 2 arc was handled pretty well. The game had a way tighter story over its predecessor, so it translates better into anime form. It moves at a good pace. The additional subplot with the retired gun soldier was a neat addition. Oh, and Shadow's arc was just as good as the game. His reveal was great, and the changes to the source material were more sensible. Mostly. There's one moment that always gets to me. Right after they save the Earth, Chris asks where Shadow is. Sonic shakes his head, and Sonic gives Chris Shadow's wrist ring. It's beautiful. Team CHAO shows up at one point, along with Cream's mother. Eggman wins the presidential campaign, and evil appliances try taking over at one point. Sonic battle happens. A robot called ML joins the crew, and Cream befriends him. Suddenly, a tournament arc. Oh, and there's no restrictions on fighter type. Children, animals, robots, and adults can duke it out. ML wins, and his programming goes rogue. His power is copying the abilities of others. Bit of a problem there. He nearly destroys the city. Cream gets her moment to shine. ML can copy pretty much everyone, except a rabbit and her CHAO. She kicks him into the ocean. Bye, chump. Cream becomes depressed, and the arc concludes. The next arc focuses on the animals getting back to their homeworld. Unless they return soon, a time anomaly will devastate both worlds. Tails and the Thorndogs build a portable machine. The animals and Eggman make it back home. Sonic is the last in line. Devastated by the notion of losing his friend forever, Chris shuts it down and runs away with him. Sonic's fine with casual kidnapping, I guess. We then get a decent episode where Chris reflects on the past 50 odd episodes. The soundtrack is calmer and takes some time to breathe. Chris and Sonic camp beside a summer cabin. The two have a small debate. Chris is afraid of being lonely again, but Sonic reassures him they'll be together again one day. Chris lets him go. Sonic gives Chris one last piggyback ride. And holy crap, Sonic actually cries. Sonic returns to his planet. He goes super on Eggman's ship, and that concludes Season 2. Okay, we gotta discuss Chris Thorndike. Chris is such a poorly written character. His inner struggle is that he's alone, and nobody truly understands him. Even though he's rich, has servants who care for him, a group of close friends, and a grandfather who's free to mentor him. And this was before Sonic came. This season finale emphasizes his deep friendship with Sonic. Spoiler alert, there's no deep connection. At best, they're just mere acquaintances. You could argue Sonic was the only one who truly understood his loneliness. We never explore that angle. They barely hang out together. Sonic spends most of his time napping or running. He had a stronger friendship with Helen, and that was only one episode. She should have taken Chris's place. Now that I think about it, Chris spends more time with Tails. They're both young boys who like tinkering, and they never really stood for themselves until Sonic gave them support. Chris and Tails had something in common. Once again, we never explore anything like that, except in Season 3. In my Sonic 20 review, I briefly compared Donut Lord to Chris as being a piece of cardboard. That was a mistake, because Donut Lord is a somewhat fleshed out character. He's a good-hearted cop who feels incomplete with his small town status and wants to go to the big leagues. He's a foil to Sonic's juvenile antics, and they develop a believable friendship. Keyword, develop. Chris, on the other hand, is actual cardboard. He's a plot device. He's annoying, selfish, and empty. I get he's the relatable audience stand-in, but Tails and Cream could have easily filled that role. Tails has been that inexperienced younger friend, and Cream's always been an endearing younger sister. Chris also overtook the best lines in the Sonic Adventure episodes, and these new moments just do not work. At this point, I'd rather watch a Fandub.
Ouch!
Ow!
I got you, you
Ow!
stupid blue fool.
It seems as if we're evenly
Ow.
matched in some kind of way.
Rant over, let's discuss the good stuff. The voice cast is iconic. The dub's notorious for garbage dialogue and vocal direction, but the voice actors give it their all. Mike Pollock is the perfect fit as Egg Dude. Jason Griffith as Sonic is also iconic. He's my favorite version of the Blue Boy. Let's discuss the audio design. It has a low-budget MIDI feel, and the renditions themselves aren't that good. The action melodies sound super cheap. I do commend it for matching the beat of some actions. But this is a franchise known for stellar music. This dub doesn't compare. I do appreciate the variety of leitmotifs for each character. Eggman has a metallic wah noise.
What do you want, Eggman?
Sonic has pitch-shifted strings when he homing attacks. And whenever Rouge comes on screen, a saxophone has a seizure, like every single time. I gotta say, the English theme slaps. It's catchy and never leaves your head. I wish some version of that played in the actual battles, but it doesn't compare to the Japanese theme, Sonic Drive. It's a straight up banger. One last thing, I just discovered the Japanese version plays some Crush 40 songs. During the SA2 climax, Live and Learn plays. Why didn't the dub use any of this awesome music? I bet 4Kids didn't want to pay song royalties. That's a huge missed opportunity. Season 2 is a decent improvement. I'm biased, so I love seeing the adventure games in anime form. The comedy was still a guilty pleasure, and they did my boy Shadow well, but the quirks from the first season still drag it down. Now, how does the last season hold up? It begins with Super Sonic losing his strength against the Metarex, a race of evil tree cyborgs. Desperate, Sonic scatters the 7 Chaos Emeralds across the universe and retreats. Cosmo, an alien girl who reminds me of the Pokemon Ralts, crashes the same night. Tails, Amy, and Cream rescue her from the wreckage. A cyborg invades the planet. It steals the Planet Egg, a gemstone that harnesses a world's life source. Meanwhile on Earth, 18-year-old Chris creates a teleportation device and travels to Sonic's planet. His body reverts to his 12-year-old self because time moves slower in Sonic's dimension. Oh, and Sonic loses his max speed. He can only go moderately fast. Cosmo enlightens the crew. The Metarex plan to harness the power of the Planet Eggs and the Chaos Emeralds, eradicate all sentient life, and turn the galaxy into a giant arboretum. The team launches this giant space cruiser and search for the emeralds. Egg Dude follows them. The crew encounters different planets, species, and evil cyborgs along the way. After 2 seasons on Earth, this level of variety is refreshing. Season 3 is a massive improvement. It retains the same campy elements from earlier, but those are significantly downplayed for an engaging interstellar narrative. Some episodes I remember fondly include that time a monkey cyborg got handed by Team Amy, or that time Amy saves Sonic with a fishing rod and drags him down some stairs, or that time they go to a frozen planet. There's a sweet romantic side plot between Cosmo and Tails. They're a dorkable introverts with self-esteem issues. They understand each other's self-doubts and go through significant growth. Shadow makes a neat return. Sonic and crew soon fight the Elite Four. The yellow guy gets his armor broken. Knuckles knocks him into a lava pit. The dub cuts away from him from holding onto the slant, but he's incinerated. Alive! Holy crap, Sonic X is dark! We get a flashback to Cosmo's home planet Greengate and how it was ravaged by an unknown threat. The men stay behind and fight, while the women make a pilgrimage for another planet. The men harness their planet egg and evolve themselves as power-hungry cyborgs. The women nuke the planet, but the men survive. The cyborg destroys Cosmo's mothership. Cosmo escapes to Sonic's planet, believing he's the galaxy's only hope. Back in the present, Shadow hunts down Cosmo. He suspects she's a traitor.
You traitor!
Like civilized hedgehogs, he beats the crap out of everyone. Tails sets a trap and launches Hot Topic into space. Side note, it's legitimately the only time I was on the edge of my seat. The Metarex enact their forestation project. They form a giant seed. Sonic and Shadow go super, but even that's not enough. The seed reaches its apex. Cosmo sacrifices herself by planting her body on top of it. Tails loads Sonic and Shadow into a cannon. Tails is like, "No, I can't lose you, Cosmo." And Cosmo's like, "Don't worry, dude, I love you." Tails hits fire. The Hedgehogs take out the cyborgs and Cosmo. Her seeds spread across the galaxy. The universe is saved. In the last episode, the crew contemplates their interstellar journey. Cosmo's spirit communicates with Sonic. She and the universe are at peace. Eggman sends Chris back to Earth. It pans to Cosmo's seed in Tails' lab, and that concludes Sonic X. Season 3 is a massive upgrade. The pacing is tighter, the cast is better, and it's more exciting. It isn't amazing by any metric, nonetheless, I was captivated. Unlike the other seasons, this Metarex arc actually carries some thematic purpose. Let's briefly discuss those themes. The Metarex leaders are male survivors of Cosmo's plant species. They're named after trees: Dark Oak, Red Pine, Yellow Selkova. It plays around with the theme of nature versus technology. In this case, the Metarex alter their bodies to be tree cyborgs and use a supernova seed to forest the galaxy, eliminating non-plant life in the process. It plays with the theme of growth. It asks whether it's better to grow yourself through natural or artificial means. The male plants go against their natural evolution and become robotic at the end. The female plants stay natural. Cosmo becomes a tree and blooms at the end. She transforms from a shy, introverted person to a fighter who's willing to sacrifice her life. She and Tails develop as emotionally mature people. Speaking of characters, Chris gets a major overhaul. Gone is his selfish cardboard self. He's now a capable member of the team. He helps operate the giant battlecruiser and provides support to the other members. He also makes those soap shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. In general, the riding gun upgrade retains the same corny dub specific quirks, but generally, there's more going on than fight Egg Dude. With a reduced human cast, the characters really shine. If there's one positive throughout Sonic X, the main animal characters retain their charm from the games. Sonic's a cool-headed rebel, Knuckles is hubris incarnate, Tails is an introverted dweeb, Amy is the overactive fangirl, and Cream is an adorable loyal friend. Their interactions entertain the heck out of me. They translate perfectly from the Adventure era games. The main cast actually bonds closer than ever. The standout character is Cosmo. I really liked her transformation from a naive lady to a lover who sacrificed herself for the greater good. She's fully fleshed out, and I was interested to learn more. I can see why people ship her and Tails. The action sequences are more varied. It still uses those cheap production shortcuts, but overall, these sequences are way more visually engaging. Team Chaos is back and funnier than ever. One time they raid the Blue Typhoon, but it doesn't end well. Another time they run a bar, and Vector plays the piano.
I bet you didn't know I was such a musical maestro, did you?
Another time they try to match up Tails and Cosmo for a date, but it backfires. Speaking of backfires, some parts of Season 3 are not as good as I hoped. The Metarex Elite Four are not as developed as I like. They're cool villains who pose some threat, Cyborg Monkey notwithstanding. And then there is the plot point where they secretly implanted a chip inside of Cosmo's brain. so they were always ahead of Team Sonic. That just comes out of nowhere. Also, their backstory was rushed. Like in Season 1 and 2, it has its fair share of insane, wacky moments. The issue is, these insane moments sometimes clash with the darker, more emotional scenes. Episode 67 best exemplifies this. Sonic confronts a cyborg. Cosmo and Chris are trapped and worn down. Upon this ugly sight, Sonic loses his cool and turns dark blue. He slashes 2 robots in half. Seeing him snap got me really excited. Outside of the comics, that almost never happens. He's about to finish the cyborg, but out of nowhere, Eggman swoops in. His crew rescues Chris and Cosmo off screen. He orders Sonic to calm down, and Sonic does. Eggman tells the cyborg, "You know, holding people ransom is one thing, but actually threatening their lives is another." Like, dude, you pissed on the moon. You literally threatened Earth with a super weapon. This is such a cop-out. We finally dove into Sonic's dark side, but no, we can't afford another action scene. Furthermore, the Metarex story carries the same issues from the other seasons. The vocal direction is spotty in places. Then, they did my boy Shadow pretty dirty. After defeating the Metarex, he's missing in action and gets no proper send-off. That dude lost his memory and his arc is never fully realized. Overall, Sonic X is such a weird show to judge. On one hand, I enjoy its overt campiness and insane energy, but on the other hand, I can't ignore its technical shortcomings, questionable editing, or its really bad story decisions. Seasons 1 and 2 are so bad they're good, while Season 3 succeeds as a decent space opera. If you made it this far, you might be curious about this show. How does one go about watching it? Well, every episode, both dub and sub, is on Hulu. If you plan on binging all 26 hours, and you can tolerate the aforementioned issues, then go ahead. Just be prepared because you might lose your mind. I think I lost part of mine. However, if you just want to see the best parts, like Season 3, then follow my watch plan. Start with the first 2 episodes, skip to episode 5 Reanimated. That came out while I wrote the script, and it's super dope. Jump to the wheelchair bit, go to the Sonic Adventure 2 arc, watch the Season 2 finale, and then finish with Season 3. You won't regret it. Alright, let's discuss the highlights. Firstly, love it and hate it. Sonic X may be so bad it's good, but it's also got huge faults I can't ignore. I like the entertaining plots and ammo buddies, but I despise the bad writing, dub-specific choices, and really misguided story decisions. Secondly, least likable kid, Chris Thorndike, at least in the first 2 seasons, is such a drag. He's bland, selfish, and a plot device. People who criticize Sonic X usually point to Chris, and for good reason. And finally, the final frontier. The space journey is when things get good. The characters grow, darker ideas are explored, and the writing takes risks. It elevates an objectively bad show into something decent. As a whole, this show deserves 3 stars. 2 stars are for the first 2 goofy seasons, and the last star is for the entertaining space arc. I give Sonic X 3 Chaos Emeralds out of 5. Thanks for watching. This was a huge project in the making, but it paid off. What was your favorite Sonic show? Let's hear it down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, no hedgehogs were harmed in the making of this video.